Hello everybody, this is Peter Hutten-Czapski calling. I'm going to show you how to make an indicator dashboard for OSCAR 19. So just to remind everybody, if you have OSCAR running, you'll have a dashboard and you'll have opportunity to add various items to the dashboard. Right now we've got a dashboard for COVID at risk because that's particularly relevant at this point. This shows people at highest risk, people who are obese, for example, patients on immunosuppressive drugs, and patients with chronic kidney disease. So let's go backwards and see how we would make one. So let's say like the immunosuppressed one from scratch. So the place to go is to look to start with is that you really need some SQLs that are going to work for you that meet your requirements in terms of that they're actually going to work, right? So you need two. So you need really one. There's two different types, right? There's the indicator, which sort of indicates where people are in sort of cumulative numbers, and then you have a drill down, which will show patients and individual patients and give you actions or opportunities to do things in OSCAR with individual patients or a group of patients. So let's go to another frame here, and we'll go back in terms of checking to see whether or not our SQLs work. So I've got an SQL here. I've already tested it, so let's try it, but I'll show you that it does actually work. And so this is an SQL that basically is showing the sum of how many people are on methotrexate. In this particular case, it's patients over the age of 18 who are active, who have me as their family physician. And this is on backup data. And if you see, the number is, here's the results. So you've got 4 on methotrexate, 1 on flutamide, 4 on hydroxychloroquine, and 14 on prednisone. So for a total of 23. So at least the indicator template seems to be working there. So let's try again with a template that will on a SQL that will show up with patients. In this particular case, I've rewritten it so it doesn't release any information that would be critical, and just to check to see that it goes. And so I've removed the patient's identifiers. I've just left the year of birth just to show that indeed we're talking about people who are over 18, and their various drugs. Indeed, the drugs are what we're looking for there. So I think we're in fine form in terms of proceeding, and the number here in terms of number of results is similar to those, or actually is exactly like the indicators, which is important. At least gives us some certainty, or at least some comfort that we're dealing with SQLs that work. Now, how to throw them into a template? Well, let's go and read a little bit about the indicator dashboard. And if you look at the indicator dashboard, which you can do on the World OSCAR site, there's instructions on how to use it and load it and all that sort of thing, but I'm just going to show you how to make it and then quickly how to load it and such. So let's say we've got here a roll your own template, and so you just simply would cut and paste this, and then you would paste it into Notepad or whatever you like in terms of where you want to go with this. But in this particular circumstance, I'm going to paste it into our Scratchpad. And I've pasted the, as you can see, into Scratchpad. And then what you do is you cut and paste your SQLs and you stuff them in there. Now I've already done that here, but let's just sort of step back a bit of a step and figure out what I would change for it. I would change the category. The category is the one that matches the category and the other indicators in your category. And then they'll be in a blue highlighted box. Then there'll be the subcategory, which shows the patients on immunosuppressive drugs. We can have a name for that. The metrics you can leave alone. The definition is you'd write that down so it gives more information for people. That providers population age 18 and over who have a current or recent prescription for immunosuppressive drug. The framework doesn't matter. The version doesn't matter. The parameters, these are the standard parameters that you have in every, or pretty much almost every indicator dashboard. You'd have the provider and the logged in, and the patient status is often is necessary to be active. And then if you want some numerical constraints, you tend to put it in a range. And it's common to have a lower limit for age. Then you cut and paste into your working SQLs into the where the indicator's query goes. Okay, so this is the indicator one, so this is where you want the numbers. And with that one, you look at it and you say you need to change what you had hard-coded in, and so to substitute provider, substitute patient status instead of AC, provider instead of the provider number you were testing it on, and instead of 18 here, I would substitute in with $ open brace, lower limit dot age close brace, and there we go. So that's the indicator part, which shows the pie chart in this particular circumstance. If you go and scroll down, you can look at the drill down. The drill down query is really, you just don't need anything in terms of the selection, because you just can select everything. What actually matters is what you actually put into the columns, okay? And so what the columns will display in the drill down. So the column ID, you always have a demographic, the name of the patient, date of birth, the written date, and the trade name. Okay, so so we might as well, our X date, we might as well make sure the IDs are actually unique. Looks like I've missed that, so let's do that. So in any respects, here we go. And you want, so basically you put out what you will want to show up on the columns up here rather than in the SQL. The expert columns are usually exactly the same. In fact, I've never seen one that doesn't have exactly the same outputs as the display column, and this allows these numbers to be exported to spreadsheet, for example. The drill down actions, you'll go over that, and I think in this particular case we'd like to update the disease registry and to the code 2799. So basically in this case I picked a ICD-9 code that is shows immunosuppressive, not otherwise specified. And then we can also put in other actions such as set patient inactive or set a tickler. That's pretty much it. So let's go back to the indicator dashboard, and we can see, where are we now? Let me get the right number here. I think we close it. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's go back here. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's open up it again. This is on a demo server, so it takes a little bit of time to load, but here we go. So the BMI and the immunosuppressed. Hope that's a short overview of what you need to do. Once you have, as always, if you have something that's working great for you, remember to think about the community and offer it up for others so that they can have benefit of it, or maybe even make it better. Thanks. Have a good day.